Boys, today we are going to be going over how I think Ilia Topuria's future in the UFC will go. Now, I made a video detailing Charles Oliveira's 3-step plan to get the belt back. This will be like another one of those videos detailing how I think Ilia Topuria's future in the UFC will go. Now, let's get right into it. Ilia's future depends on this fight, 100%. In a recent interview, I think this got overlooked because of all the personal stuff going on with Ilia, and I'm not going to get into the personal stuff. I'm going to keep this channel, purely based off the fights and enjoying the fights, and not get into like political and like dumb, out of the cage stuff. So, we just talk about fights and scraps on this channel. So, in a recent interview with a Spanish, he's either Mexican or Spanish, Latino or Spanish. I don't really remember. I don't know if that's rude to say, but yeah, I don't really remember what he is. But he does work for ESPN, and in a recent interview with Ilia Topuria, he asked Ilia Topuria about his future. Ilia said, if Paddy wins, that's the fight. If Paddy Pimblett beats Justin Gaethje, that is the fight. Ilia versus Paddy will happen. And he also said, if Justin Gaethje wins, the UFC has different plans for Ilia Topuria. Now, what I think that means is that if Justin Gaethje beats Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje will be the undisputed lightweight champion. As much as that pains me to say, I am hurt saying that. Trust me. You guys know how much I dislike Justin Gaethje. It will hurt me, bro. Seeing Justin Gaethje re-get the belt back before Charles, bro, it'll do something to my soul for sure. But yeah, if Justin wins, Ilia will not be fighting Justin. If Justin wins, Ilia moves up. If Justin wins, Ilia moves up to welterweight, and I think that's what he means by the UFC has different plans for him. I think that's what he means. They don't want to see Ilia versus Justin because it's a nothing fight. There's no bad blood behind it. It does nothing for Ilia to be an old, washed up Justin Gaethje. Okay. Now I do think Paddy Pimblett beats Justin Gaethje, but if Justin Gaethje somehow fucking wins, oh my god, I can't even. Oh, the hate watch will be so strong on that first Paramount card. I can't wait to do my predictions for that and my reaction. Oh my gosh, if Justin loses, I'm gonna be hyped. But if he somehow wins, Ilia moves up to welterweight. Welterweight. We're not editing shit out. We're live over here. Justin Gaethje will fight either Arman Tsarukyan, coming off another win. Arman, you need to fight, bro. Dana's not giving you the shot, so you need to fight someone else in the meantime. Please get in there and fight. You're an entertaining fighter. You're a scrapper. I want to see you fight. Please get in there and fight. So I think Justin Gaethje versus Arman Tsarukyan could happen if Arman gets in and gets another win. Justin Gaethje doesn't fight that often, and I don't think he has many more left in him. So I don't think we'll see Justin Gaethje till back end of the year. So if Arman can get in there and get a win, I think he could be next. Or they might give Charles Oliveira the title shot if he beats Max Holloway. We'll be praying to God that he beats Max Holloway. Please, 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 if you hear me, God, we need that victory. And I'm not scared. I think Charles will do it. But I don't know if the UFC will give Charles a third crack at the belt, only coming off one win and that Sora AI KO loss. I don't know if the UFC will give Charles the title shot. So in that Charles video I made, I said Arman versus Charles. After he beats Max, or if Max beats Charles Oliveira, I could see the UFC giving Max Holloway the title shot against Justin Gaethje. He'll be coming off a win against Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira. They have history. That's gonna be crazy. If this does work out the way that I'm saying it does, if Justin wins and Max beats Charles, we're having a hate watch for Max. We're praying to God that doesn't happen. But if somehow Charles slips on a banana peel and loses that fight, Justin Gaethje as the undisputed champion and Max Holloway as the challenger after Max just slimed him out, genuinely out cold and like 49-46 him like 2 fights ago would be crazy to see. That's how you know the UFC is just fucking backwards. But yeah, please Justin Gaethje do not win. But if Paddy Pimblett wins, no, sorry, this would be the fight if Ilia moves up before we get to Paddy winning. If Ilia wins, I think they do Ilia versus Islam at the fucking White House. That would be so cinema. Oh my gosh, that would be great. I want this fight. This is a legendary fight, bro. This is a once-in-a-lifetime fight, okay? Number 1 pound for pound versus number 2 pound for pound. This is not like a fucking Makhachev versus Pitter-Pat Volk. Pitter-Pat Volk as number 2 pound for pound. I don't know how. His boring ass Pitter-Pat. We're not Volk fans over here, so that was not a true pound for pound, 1 versus 2 fight. This is a true 1 versus 2 pound for pound fight. This would be generational. I need to see this fight before these two people retire in the next like 2 fights because they don't fucking like fighting. But I need to see this fight. And if that means Justin Gaethje has to be the undisputed champion to get this fight, actually, fuck it. No, we don't want Justin. Fuck this fight and fuck Justin Gaethje. We do not want Justin Gaethje as champion, bro. No, we don't. We want Paddy Pimblett to sign him out. We're praying on that shit. We're fucking praying on that shit, bro. But somehow, if Justin does win, this is the fight we're gonna get. I think at the White House, and if not at the White House, I don't know. This fight has White House written all over it. This has to be at the White House. So yeah, if Justin wins, Ilia moves up, fights Islam at the White House. Now, if Paddy wins, Ilia stays at 155. This is guaranteed. He said in that interview, if Paddy beats Justin, he will be fighting Paddy Pimblett next. Now, this is a bad blood matchup. I love this matchup. I love this fight, although I don't think it will be competitive. I do think Ilia Topuria will slime out Paddy Pimblett. Now, Scousers don't get knocked out. That is true. But if you fight Ilia Topuria, you're getting finished. I'm sorry. There's no way this goes to a decision. Paddy's chin's way up in the air. Ilia will, oh my God, Ilia will do bad things to this dude, bro. He will do bad things. And I'm a Paddy fan. And I'm a fucking Paddy fan. But I'm more of an Ilia fan. And Ilia will destroy this guy. But, you know, I could see this fight going into later rounds, potentially. Paddy could keep this like a pretty boring fight if he just stays on the outside with his little pitter-patter kicks, pitter-patter jab. He could frustrate Ilia. Ilia try to like rush in and Paddy somehow, you know, get some head movement and like dips out of the way, which Paddy with head movement, we don't know if that's a thing. But I could see this fight possibly be I think Ilia finishes him no matter what. This fight doesn't go to a decision. I think Ilia will figure it out. But early rounds, this fight could be boring because I think Paddy will just stay on the outside with kicks, maybe shoot a few takedowns. If Ilia shoots a takedown, I think he'll try to, you know, snatch up a sub. So I could see this fight being boring, but Ilia Topuria will find the finish at some point in this fight, guaranteed. So, if Paddy wins, Ilia stays at 155. After this fight, Ilia moves up regardless. After this fight, I think Ilia moves up regardless. I think he'll say there's nothing for him at lightweight, which that is just not fucking true. He has Max in a rematch. He has Charles in a rematch, which we would win. He has Arman Sarukian in a very, very, very interesting contender fight, which I think that's his toughest fight. Other than Charles, I think Arman is his toughest fight. But after this, I think he'll say there's nothing left for him at lightweight. And I think the UFC will agree because the UFC is just fucking stupid as fuck. So I think after this fight, Ilia moves up regardless and fights Islam because I don't think Islam's losing the belt, which, in my opinion, will be Ilia. I should have added another slide. My fault, guys. But after this fight, Ilia Topuria will fight Islam Makhachev in 2027, and I think it will be his retirement fight. I think Ilia Topuria will retire after he beats Paddy Pimblett, and then he gets his third belt if he beats Islam Makhachev, which, like I said, Ilia, I don't know. Ilia, I think, will slime out Makhachev. I think he might. But that would be just a generational fight. So even if Justin doesn't become champion, we could potentially still see this fight. Fucking please, God, do not make Justin champion. But after this fight, Ilia moves up regardless. I think if he beats a welterweight champion at the time, which I still think will be Islam, I think if he beats Islam, he retires. I truly do. This guy doesn't like to fight. Like, simply, he just doesn't. He doesn't like to fight. 2 more times. I think he has 2 more fights in him, and then he's going to sail off into the sunset. I really do. I really think he retires. I really think he retires if he moves up. If he loses in his welterweight debut against an Islam, I think maybe he could come back down to 155 and maybe do like 1 or 2 more fights. But if he beats Islam and cements himself as like top 5 GOAT status with 3-weight world champion, I can see Ilia Topuria retiring easily. So that's what I think Ilia Topuria's future is going to be. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Do you think Justin or Paddy will win? And, you know, that fight like genuinely has serious implications on Ilia's career. I do think Ilia will end up fighting Makhachev no matter what. It depends on if it's going to be this year or next year. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.